exactly is your role here at the GOMA?
My role here is I look after the public programs, which is all the children's programming, and also things like Up Late, education, all of those aspects of the gallery, and I also look after all the finance and corporate governance. So I've got two roles.
How do you think the Asia Pacific Triennial project will improve the creative and artistic connection between Asia and Australia?
I think because geographically, we're in this region. I think any way in which we gain a better understanding of the countries and the cultures that surround us, I think enriches us as a community.
Okay. And how did this now internationally known, recognised art exhibition come about in the first place?
I think it was just a very strong idea, the idea that we do an exhibition on contemporary art from the Asia Pacific region. And interestingly enough, we've really stuck to that approach, and that there are a lot of biennials and triennials that do global world art. But what I think is special and unique about this one is that we still focus on the Asia Pacific region.
And how have the triennials changed over the years, do you think?
I think other things are like contemporary art's got bigger. You can see from all these large scale installations that you guys would have walked around today that there's probably more ambitious projects undertaken. We work with different countries. There's been changes in terms of just the prominence that some of these artists have gone on to become.
So the connections with the artists have been able to strengthen your ability to be able to improve the whole exhibition.
Yeah.
What is Kids APT?
Kids APT is a project that we developed, and really the thinking behind this is that, I suppose, who is an art museum for? So I'm a big fan of thinking differently about the idea that, basically these facilities are owned by the community and supported and funded by the community. On the Kids Asia Pacific Triennial, a group of about 15 of us, which is different staff from the design department, the education department, the curatorial department, exhibitions department, all these different staff have worked together developing up Kids APT over a year, and I lead that team. What we've discovered is through this program, working with artists, that there really is something there really can be something for children, and how it's working is that basically it's about participation.
So it's much more interactive.
Yeah, much more interactive, in the idea that people love doing things.
What artwork do you think would be the most favoured by the public, and why?
I quite like the mirror mosaic work by Monet. I think you might have seen that this morning. I think that's I think it's a very compelling story, a life story. I mean, I think that what makes art often interesting is, we have the final outcome of their work, but we've also got the personal story of who made it and why they made it, and I think that's very good.
What messages do you hope you and your team have been able to convey through this exhibition?
I think those things I talked about earlier about, that art really has a vital and important role in people's lives, and that, what the art that we're drawing from this region is the region that we live in, and a greater understanding of where we live and the people we live with makes us a better community.
Do you have any encouragement or advice for students to hope to pursue a career in art?
I do. To think about this as a really viable career. We might be, an art gallery, but we have many different professions working in here, and there are many different ways in which students can develop a profession to work in here, whether it be through design or curatorial work or working as an educator, that there are all these different careers in there. I think it's really important to see that it's a valuable role and a great way to contribute to the community in that way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Much.
Thank you for your interview.
Now I have a question for you. Why do you think that the Asia Pacific region is such a rich source for visual arts?